Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you today about Quicksilver. Do a little review on Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Um, this is my first. This was my first romantasy book. I have always steered clear of romance because the few that I have read in my lifetime were so cheesy that I just could not handle it. Like I literally was like reading the book, going, "What the hell is this? This isn't real. Why?" Um, and the reason why romantasy is different is because it's a fantasy book, so of course it isn't real. Of course it's not real. So when, crazy, weird, cheesy things happen, it's a little bit easier for me to be like, okay, that makes sense. As opposed to the romance novels where it's like, you know, supposed to be real people or supposed to be real events or things that could possibly happen. It's not to say that things in romantasy books couldn't happen, but I mean, I'm not a fae. I'm not, I don't have magical powers, although I wish I did. So the things that happen in romantasy books are more plausible because of the fact that they're not supposed to be real. So, guys, let me tell you, even though this was my first step into romantasy, this book had me in a chokehold. I was in a chokehold for like 2 weeks. I could not stop thinking about it. I was just gag gooped, whatever, by this book. Not only was it the romance part of it that I felt was necessary for the book. Just the fact that it pushed beyond what I have read before, that was a nice change. But it was also the fact that it wasn't the central theme of the book. The book was fantasy, but it had romance in it, and I felt that romance was absolutely necessary. The banter in it was fantastic. The conflict in it, the character development, the world building, it was just a really fantastic book, to the point where like I found Callie Hart on Instagram and I left a little comment on her one of her videos, and I don't do that. And I just told her, thank you so much for your book. It was a fantastic read. It opened my eyes to romantasy. I cannot wait for Brimstone, which is the second. It will be coming out soon. I will not be getting it because I don't want a hardback. I don't. And the reason for it being is because look at this book. Like it's like perfectly floppy. Like it's perfectly floppy. Can I get another perfectly floppy paperback, please? I would love that. I don't want a hardback if it's perfectly floppy. Digression. The the same thing that I always say about every female character. A lot of people were like, oh, she's such a badass, this, that, and the other. I didn't like it. The fact that she just seems so like one step behind. And I don't like that. Like I want a strong, confident, badass female. If it's gonna be fantasy, I want her to be badass. And I don't mean like she's a boss bitch, she fucking handles her own, she takes it all. I apologize for my language. I get really excited about books. She handles her own, but like it just seemed as if this one was stumbling over her words, basically. And I wanted her to be a little bit closer to the MMC's quickness, sarcasm, things of that nature. I apologize, I did not read you the synopsis. Do not touch the sword, do not turn the key, do not open the gate. 24-year-old Sarah Swain is good at keeping secrets. If I said that wrong, I apologize. That's how I say it in my head. No one knows about the strange powers she possesses or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. In the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water. But sooner or later, every secret comes out. When Ceres comes face to face with Death himself, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to a land of ice and snow. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares, but it turns out they're real, and Ceres has landed right in the middle of a centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. The first of her kind to tread the frozen mountains of Euvalia is over 1,000 years. In over 1,000 years, Sirius mistakenly binds herself to Kingfisher. He is the main character, the main male character, a handsome Fey warrior who has secrets and nefarious agendas of his own. He will use her alchemist's magic to protect his people, no matter what it costs him or her. So yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Definitely a 5, maybe even 6-star read for me, like to the point where, I mean, and that's exactly how I felt with the Nevernight trilogy, or Chronicles, whatever you want to say it. Just 6-star reads. 6-star reads. Not every book that I've read is a 6-star read. Heavenbreaker, from one of my previous videos, was not a 6-star read, but it was good. I liked it. But this was definitely a 6-star read for me, to the point where I bought the book and I'm waiting on the second. I couldn't get enough of it, especially the ending. The ending was fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. If you have read the book, if you haven't read the book, let me know. Let's chat in the comments. All right, guys, thanks.